€75 for one night.
View of the Straits of Messina with the two whirlpools, isn't it?
We're going on a volcano hunt of Trapani.
And look, we have a live Elizabeth.
Well, Messina Straits, here we come. Bit chilly, isn't it? Wrapped up against the cold. They say the Messina Straits has monsters. So I don't know about mythical monsters, but there's certainly a bit of a monster of an iron contraption there. Yeah, that's the Sicilian side of the two towers that we use to suspend a cable between the mainland and the island across the Messina Strait. And of course it had to be high enough in order to be able to allow ships to go through. The sag in that will be tremendous, won't it, really? The sag between those two towers. It's now underground cables. There's the Sicilian tower. There. There's the mainland tower in the distance.
The channel separating Sicily and Calabria links two seas, the Tyrrhenian in the north and the Ionian in the south. The Messina Strait is a notorious stretch of water, swirling with ancient and modern history, legend and myth. Existing on opposite sides of the strait are two mythical monsters with a taste for the flesh of voyagers. Rock-dwelling Scylla snatches sailors from the deck with her 6 serpent heads, and Charybdis swallows vessels whole into her whirlpool of death. Odysseus, sailing his challenging voyage home to Ithaca, followed advice from Circe to sail closer to Scylla. He had to choose between losing all his men and his ship to Charybdis or 6 sailors to the serpent monster. Writers suggest this is an origin of the idiom caught between a rock and a hard place. Of course, these are mythical creatures, but there are many ancient stories written as warnings. Only fools will ignore them. We are sailing the Messina Strait in the same direction as Odysseus, southbound against the primary, warmer current from the Ionian Sea, and have timed our arrival at the entrance with the turn of the tide. Sailors are advised to keep a lookout for turbulence caused by strong currents and rapidly changing depths, which create overfalls and whirlpools. Funneled by the land on each side, winds quickly build to strong gusts, so I drop the sails as we leave the Tyrrhenian Sea and rely on engine power for safety and manoeuvrability. In addition to the natural hazards, avoiding collision with other floating traffic is also important. The VTS, the Vessel Traffic Service, controls movements of larger vessels using the north-south separation lanes and also ferries crossing from both coasts, east and west. Small vessels are required to stay out of the lanes, keeping close to the coast where the whirlpools and rocks are lurking. I'm starting to feel a little bit like Odysseus, caught between a rock and a hard place. But thankfully the passage passed without incident, and in 90 minutes we arrived into the port of Messina unscathed and with full crew.
Yes. Messina Straits, done. That was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was easier than I expected it to be fair. I thought it was going to be a bit...
Yeah.
Why would you not sail it then?
Because I didn't know it, and I didn't,
Right.
and you didn't
No.
know how busy it was going to be,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also the gusts that were coming as
Oh
well.
yeah, towards the end.
Yeah, there was 30 knot gusts towards the end.
Towards the end.
Arrived Messina, and I don't think you want to go for a swim in the harbour because of all those things. And those are definitely the type that Sheila had the encounter with when we were at Port Man. Marina Nettuno, Messina. In the summer, I bet this is buzzing and full. Right now, there's a lot of empty spaces. €75 for one night, and you know, well, it has showers. I haven't tried it yet. It has toilets. It has 24/7 operation. Sheena and I are going to see what we can find in the city.
Messina's history is defined by its survival of repeated catastrophes. In 1743, a plague killed nearly 50,000 residents. On the 28th of December 1908, Europe's deadliest earthquake and a subsequent tsunami levelled the city, claiming about 80 to 100,000 lives. Just decades later, in 1943, Allied bombings during World War II destroyed much of what had already been rebuilt.
Something above us.
Well, there's steps on the right-hand side to get up onto the road, so we're going to go up there, shall we?
Messina was founded by the Sicily in 757 BC as Zancle. It was named for its unique sickle-shaped natural harbour.
That's a good view of the Straits of Messina with the two towers. Probably can't see it on this video. So that's where we're heading next, down the hill again.
For centuries, Messina was a prize for empires. It was a thriving Roman trade hub and later reached its peak under Spanish rule in the 17th century, becoming one of Europe's largest and most important cities.
More steps.
More steps.
Today, Messina is a testament to regeneration. Visitors can see the Messina Cathedral with its world-famous astronomical clock and the Fountain of Orion. Symbols of a city that has consistently risen from the rubble to remain Sicily's primary gateway.
We are leaving Messina. And we're going out over there.
That's the tide now, going out into the Ionian Sea. We've got the wind and the tide with us, so we're really batting along. 7 knots over the ground, and it feels like we're doing about 3. Well, girls, congratulations. We've made it to the Ionian Sea. Yep. That is Italy over there, mainland. This is Sicily, the island. Well, we've run out of wind, so we're going to have to just suck it up and use the engine. But that's okay. We're making our way past Taormina on the way to Riposto, and the image of Mount Etna hangs over you all the time. That is Mount Etna. Taormina in the foreground. Some good winds this morning, with being able to have wing on wing and getting occasionally with some surfing, getting around about 10 knots. Which was good. We had a bit of a broad reach as well, and yeah, it's all a bit calm now. Might as well drop the main. Arriving at Riposto. Here we go. Are you going to be in the morning? Oh, here we are. That's the octopus. Very nice. And I've gone for the spada. Swordfish. What have you gone for?
Pork
Pork.
with mushrooms.
Waiting for a bus.
I'm not waiting for a bus.
You're not waiting for a bus?
No,
What are you waiting for?
for the traffic to clear. Oh, the bus is moving.
Ah, the bus is
It's
moving.
unloaded.
We're going on a volcano hunt. Aha. Get your eyes closed, Sheena.
What's just that point? Just have a little bit
think we look very alpine, don't you? It's not quite alpine though, is it?
No, not quite, but it's sunshiny.
Yeah, but there it is. It's in the background. Fantastic. What do we think of volcanoes?
Oh, great things.
Awesome, aren't
So the one on the right didn't exist until 2021.
they? Right.
And the one on the left, where the yellow is, that's where the lava came in December. And towards the left again, where you can see the steam rising, that's the largest crater. I think it's 800 metres wide.
Wow.
And there's never lava there, it's just steam. And he has survived. And then the wind just suddenly drops.
Great feast, Sheena. Great feast. Thank you very much. Picnic on Mount Etna.
That was a hard night.
Here we are arriving at the next anchorage. Sheena wants to know where we're going to stop, and I'll say, I don't know.